It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Walking Dead. This is going to be a discussion video after watching Season 9, Episode 3, which was called Warning Signs. In this video, we'll be looking at whether Jadis is actually going to kill Gabriel. Of course, he has been kidnapped or taken hostage yet again by Jadis, and Jadis seems to be back at her old habits and her old storylines. And for those of you that didn't realize, there is another community probably out there. She trades people for supplies. So they tell her to bring A or B. She does that and they give her supplies. And of course, she used that supplies for her people back when the junkyard was still standing. And back then when the scavengers were still the scavengers. But I'm starting to get really annoyed with Jadis. She's not even Anne at this point. She will forever remain Jadis in my opinion. And I feel like there's a lot of repetitive storylines for her. It's annoying me a little bit and it's just boring me a little bit. Like at this point, I don't really care about her story anymore. Just get it over with. You know what I mean? She's another loose end from a previous season that needs to be dealt with. Just as they dealt with Gregory. Just overall, that part of the story, I just don't care about. I mean, they could have removed that completely. I know that's connected to the helicopter and the helicopter is going to be a big deal this half of the season maybe, but if that's what the story is with the helicopter, then that's just pointless and I just don't like it. I'm just being honest. I am extremely disappointed and I just don't care, you know what I mean? And it's just underwhelming in my opinion. I feel like it's not interesting. We've seen it before. They don't need to repeat it, you know what I mean? Of course, that was the very first thing we thought of when we saw the helicopter the very first time. Jadis has something to do with it. So for them to be dragging this on for so long and end up giving us something where we already knew right away, it just feels cheap and, unnecessary, I think. But to answer the question, Gabriel will not die. Why? Because we know he makes it after this episode. Because if we take a look at the trailer for Season 9, we see he's actually there when he is greeting new survivors that they find. The survivors are actually comic characters. If you don't know who they are, if you take a look at the ending of the Season 9 trailer, you can see Gabriel talking to some new survivors that they found. So we know Gabriel makes it. He's not gonna die. So what happens? Will he escape? Will he kill Jadis? Will Jadis just leave? Will Jadis change her mind? I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. As long as they end the story as soon as possible, that's all I care about. The other question going through everyone's mind is, what does A and B mean? Now, I already created a poll about this on Twitter. You can actually go on my Twitter and participate in that poll. The link for my Twitter is in the description, so you can go and check it out. But there's basically two main options that we have. A and B could either be referring to alive or dead, or bit, not bit, or bit, alive, however you want to think of that, or it could be alpha, beta. Going to the poll that I had, 25 people participated already, and there's actually 6 days left. You can still participate, but 76% of the people participating think that it's alpha, beta. 12% think it's bit, not bit, or bit, alive, and 12% think that it's other. Now, I think bit, not bit makes the most sense. But there's also a few things that don't make sense even about that theory. But just going with bit, not bit, they could be asking for either someone who's bit or not bit. And it could connect to taking people to help them with labor. And they want non-bit people, but maybe they want bit people sometimes. They want people that are walkers, that are just turned or have been turned for a long time. And they use them in part of experiments maybe. And that could partly make sense, which means that when they're asking for an A, they're asking for someone who is alive and not bit. And if we go back, Jadis actually took Rick and put him in a container that had A on it. He did the same thing with Negan, so maybe he wanted them alive. Then again, what Jadis told Gabriel is a bit confusing because she says, I thought you were a B, and then she knocks him out. So does that make sense? If it's bit, not bit? Not really. And then going to the second theory, which is alpha, beta, that could also be something that makes sense, but not really. For example, Negan and Rick, yeah, you can say they're alphas, and that's why Jadis put them in the A cart or the A container. But then why would she say, I thought you were a B? to Gabriel. It could kind of work because what she could be saying is that I thought you were a B, I thought you were a beta, and that you just follow orders. But now that you stayed your ground and said no to me and said that you don't want to come with me and you basically followed your own instinct, you are not a beta anymore. So I thought you were a beta, but you're not, and you're an alpha. And that's why she knocks him out, maybe to take him and trade him. But why would she use the walker on Gabriel? If she needs Gabriel alive, why would he do that experiment with Gabriel? But I want to know everyone's opinions about this. What do you think will happen to Gabriel? What do you think will happen to Jadis? And what do you think A and B mean? That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for daily uploads. Like and follow the Facebook page of this channel to join our community. And check out the upload schedule to learn more about daily uploads.